WXII 12 News at 10 on the Triad CW starts now.
Police in the Triad are trying to build a better relationship as well as educate the public tonight with an event showing them exactly what to do if they get pulled over by an officer.
It's a sad day in Saugus. It's a sad day in Los Angeles County and the nation for another tragic shooting at a school.
New information tonight about this unfortunate incident at yet another school in America. We'll have more information on the suspect accused of pulling the trigger.
And where things stand tonight in the search for a Marine deserter who is now wanted for murder. New tonight, a couple of law enforcement agencies here in the Piedmont are getting together in an effort to gain trust with the community.
And our Brandon Bates takes a closer look at how they're teaching people to do exactly what they say when they get pulled over and why.
High Point Police and Guilford County deputies are trying to gain trust with their community while educating them at the same time.
If you just let me see your driver's license and registration, please.
Every time an officer pulls a car over, they're faced with the unknown.
It could be more than just speeding. It could be because they've just committed a more serious crime is why they're running a high speed. So we're dealing with all of that going through our mind as we walk up to that car. Do you have a carry concealed permit, sir?
Guilford County officers held a live traffic stop Thursday night with dozens of eyes on them to show people what to do and what not to do.
Sir, remain in the vehicle.
So here's the process. If you do get pulled over, officers ask you to do just a couple of things for your safety as well as theirs. The first thing they want you to do is turn on your hazard lights, turn off the engine, roll down your window, and turn on your dome lights. And when the officer approaches, just remain calm and wait for their questions.
License and registration, please.
And of course, always have your hands where officers can see them.
Every officer, deputy sheriff, and state trooper in this state would love if every stop worked like that.
Colonel Maynard says, unfortunately, every officer has a story about a stop that they won't forget.
I stopped a Ford Mustang in Greensboro with 3 occupants who had robbed and shot a store owner in Brown Summit.
He says he hopes this event shows the public that they aren't the enemy and they should work together to make their community a great place to live.
We serve the community and we're a reflection of the community we serve, and to have a great relationship with them means everything. It's a win for everyone.
Officers say as far as traffic stops are concerned, if you do what you're told to do and be respectful, there shouldn't be any incidents. Reporting in High Point, Brandon Bates, WXII 12 News.
New tonight, a sheriff's deputy in eastern North Carolina died in a crash while on duty. This happened last night in Northampton County. Deputy McKeem Brooks was responding to a shots fired call near Garysburg when his cruiser ran off the road, hit a ditch, and overturned several times. Sheriff Jack Smith says that his death is beyond heartbreaking.
We are holding our own, just like losing a family member when one of your officers passes, and a young man with a lot of life ahead of him, and but he died doing what he loved doing, that is serving the citizen of this county.
Deputy Brooks was a native of Rocky Mount. He had just moved to the area and had only worked for the sheriff's office for 6 months.
We're hearing from a heartbroken woman tonight who says her 3 family members were the ones killed in yesterday's fiery wreck on US 421 in Guilford County. Sharon Curtis Norman says the victims are her daughter Miranda Curtis and her 2 grandchildren, 14-year-old Zilan and 8-year-old Ariana. Authorities say their Jeep overheated on the highway and was at a crawl when they were rear-ended. Their Jeep ended up erupting into flames.
Everybody's in shock. But not to be able to even look at them one more time, it's, I think that's the hardest part. And for them to tell you that the only way they can identify them is through their dental records it's unbelievable.
The medical examiner right now is still working to make positive IDs. We have more information and more reaction from the family online on WXII12.com, including how these victims are being remembered. 2 other drivers, by the way, were hurt in this crash. One of those has serious injuries.
Randolph County investigators say that a woman charged with child abuse could face even more charges. Deputies arrested Kaylee Royal this week. They say that they held an investigation, and this all started in September when a toddler went to the hospital in cardiac arrest and died. Deputies say another child living in the same home was taken to a different hospital with similar medical issues. That child survived. Investigators say a clothes dryer caused a fire at a house in Clemens just after 4:30 this afternoon. It happened on Sunny Ridge Trail. No word yet on the extent of damage or if anyone was hurt. Meantime, the Red Cross is on the scene and they are continuing to help out residents. It has unfortunately happened again. Another mass shooting in school. This time it was a high school in Los Angeles County.
The suspected gunman killed 2 students and wounded 3 others before then turning the weapon on himself. Jennifer Bjorklund is in Santa Clarita, California now with where things stand tonight.
We've got an active shooter at Saugus High School. We need all units to respond.
A massive police response after a gunman opens fire at a Southern California high school.
Multiple shots fired, possibly people down.
Terrified students hunker down, seek cover as first responders rush to the scene.
Our first units arrived on scene and encountered in the quad area of the school multiple victims, gunshot wounds.
A 16-year-old girl and a 14-year-old boy were killed in the attack. 3 others wounded. The suspected gunman is identified as Nathaniel Berhow, who turned 16 years old today. Police say he is in grave condition after turning the .45 caliber handgun on himself. Within minutes of the shooting, responding sheriff's deputies were on scene and began escorting students from the school.
My son's still locked up. He's barricaded in his classroom right now.
As word of the shooting spread, distraught parents rushed to the scene, searching for their children.
Once I heard he was okay, I felt a little better, but just knowing that some kids were shot is really horrifying.
Students who fled the shots described the horrific scene.
They were running, and I remember them turning. I remember everyone running and turning back, and the fear on their faces, like you could just tell.
Never forget that.
You're never gonna forget. Like they thought that they were gonna die.
Now this shocked community is forced to grapple with the horror that played out here. Jennifer Bjorklund, NBC News.
New tonight, a 16-year-old who gunned down a first grader at a school playground in South Carolina will now spend the rest of his life in prison with no possibility of parole. A judge handed down Jesse Osborne's sentence this evening, earlier ruling that he should be tried as an adult. The shooting happened back in 2016, southwest of Greenville, South Carolina. Osborne was 14 when he killed his father and then opened fire on a school playground, killing a 6-year-old and injuring a teacher and another student as well.
Next to some breaking news from the city of Greensboro. A multi-vehicle crash has closed all the southbound lanes of I-73 at Friendly Avenue. We're told thankfully the injuries involved here are only minor. It is unclear when those southbound lanes, however, will reopen to cars and trucks.
A spokesperson for a Guilford County school says a lack of maintenance funding is to blame for heating problems at several campuses. Take a look at the temperature inside of Smith High School today, 48 degrees. We were able to verify this picture comes from someone inside of the school. We verified that today, making a cold situation even worse. Open windows. The school had a gas leak today and had to open up many windows there to ventilate the building. A spokesperson for the school system says that the heat is on, but there are problems with the system. It is not clear how long it will take before the school eventually is able to warm back out and level out, but 48 degrees is pretty much hard to learn in.
It was freezing. It felt like out here it was like really cold.
Oh, it's cold. Yeah, it's cold.
Did you smell the gas too?
Yeah, I smelled the gas. It smelled kind of funny. It smelled like something like Pepto-Bismol, something like that, like medicine.
Yeah.
Yeah, like strong medicine.
Yeah, gas leak was like, yeah, it was bad too, but yeah.
You could smell it? Is that what it was?
Yeah, it was really strong smell. It was, it made me kind of lightheaded.
And that's why many students say it made it really hard for them to learn in conditions like that. A spokesperson for the Guilford County School says several schools had heat problems today. They also include Oak Ridge Elementary, Peck Elementary, Fraser Elementary, and Franklin Elementary as well.
Rockingham County School says one of its students has lost her battle with cancer. School leaders have confirmed that Bailey Smith, an 11th grader at McMichael High, has passed away. In a statement, the school says she has been courageously battling cancer for a long while, and she fought an amazing fight. She was such a very sweet and kind young girl who brought inspiration to many with her faith. The school says it'll have additional counselors on staff throughout the rest of the week and until needed. Happening now, a manhunt comes to Roanoke, Virginia now for a Camp Lejeune Marine who is wanted for murder. Today, schools and businesses were closed and a number of people told to shelter in place as police and folks with the FBI continue trying to find Michael Brown. He's accused of deserting his post at Fort Bragg, then killing his mother's boyfriend. Investigators say Brown has family in the area and they did locate an RV that he had been driving near a school. Brown's lawyer has even issued a plea for him to turn himself in as soon as he can.
An Asheboro man is now charged with 16 counts of exploitation of a minor. The Randolph County Sheriff's Office says that Michael Scott Kivitz here was arrested today. Investigators tell us that he is a registered sex offender and was convicted in 2001 on similar charges. Kivitz is being held on a $150,000 bond.
New tonight, both the State House and State Senate have approved another $180 million to help North Carolina with hurricane relief and to prepare for future storms. This brings the total of disaster recovery funds moved through the General Assembly since 2016 to more than $1 billion. The Outer Banks still recovering following Hurricane Dorian. That storm was 2.5 months ago. Leaders hope to reopen Ocracoke Island to visitors sometime next week.
Also new tonight, lawmakers agreed to help the North Carolina Department of Transportation. The agency is about $2 billion in the red and has already resulted in layoffs as well as halted work throughout the state. Unprecedented hurricane repairs as well as a bailout package that includes $100 million towards past and future natural disasters and forgiveness of a $90 million loan from the state now heads to Governor Roy Cooper's desk.
Next to Washington, D.C. for where things stand tonight on the impeachment inquiry. Public testimony against the president is scheduled to begin continue tomorrow, I should say, with testimony from ousted U.S. Ambassador to the Ukraine, Marie Yovanovitch. Fallout continues from yesterday's hearing as well. Democrats are now pursuing the revelation of another phone call involving the president they believe will advance their case. They're branding his conduct in Ukraine now as bribery, which is an impeachable offense. Republicans maintain, however, all of this testimony is hearsay because witnesses didn't directly speak with the president. The president himself tweeting today, regular people watching this will not see a reason to impeach. NBC's live coverage of tomorrow's hearing begins at 9 in the morning.
Now to Commitment 2020, former Massachusetts Governor Deval Patrick is now registered for the New Hampshire Democratic primary. Patrick talked about his humble beginnings as well as his achievements today. Now his focus is on helping others live their American dream.
I have lived my American dream, but I know, and you know, and all of your viewers and listeners know that the American dream has become more and more out of reach over time. It has gotten worse under the leadership of our current president.
So when asked why he is getting into the presidential race at this stage in the game, Patrick said that he was ready last year but put his plans on hold while his wife battled uterine cancer. Patrick says Diane is now cancer-free and the timing is right. Meanwhile, researchers at High Point University say here in North Carolina, Bernie Sanders, Joe Biden, and Elizabeth Warren have the largest support among Democratic voters.